Hi there. My name's Katy Clowney. I'm the church administrator here at St. James. I'm also the camera operator for worship services, and since my fingers can't quite reach the AV computer from here at the AMBO, there will be no panning or zooming for this evening's message. During the Advent and Lenten seasons, and hearing many of your stories, I often reflect and ask myself, do I have a story worthy of sharing with the congregation? I'm sure many of you have asked yourself the same question. This past season of Lent, I hinted to Pastor Mike that I would be willing to share a message at one point. Little did I know I would be up to speak so soon. I had determined 2 stories that could be share-worthy, but tonight, I'm not telling you either of them. Tonight, I'm telling you about something that happened on Monday. Even though the church staff are following the governor's stay-at-home order, we are taking turns to staff the office so that we can help people in need of vouchers and to continue collecting food items for SCAP. My day is on Mondays. Through funds available through the social ministry of St. James, we are able to help people with food vouchers, rent assistance, and paying utilities. We also give out vouchers for gas and hotel stays through the Gettysburg Ministerium funds, which are shared by all of the churches in the Gettysburg area. Because of St. James's downtown location, we help a lot of people who walk through our doors. The social ministry funds support grocery vouchers, rent, and utilities, but also support special requests, which at times can require a bit of creativity and networking. We've helped purchase eyeglasses. We've helped with the purchase of steel-toe work boots to allow people to start new jobs. And we've helped a number of times with public transportation to get someone home. So, on to the story. On Monday, a lady buzzed in on the intercom at the door of the church. She said that she had just been released from prison and that they had told her to come to St. James and that we could help her get home. I asked her who they was. The Adams County Prison referred us. I asked her where home was. Florida. Oh boy. She had nothing with her. She didn't have a phone. She didn't have an ID. She didn't have a wallet. She didn't have a bag. She held out her empty hands and said, "This is all I have." Nothing. I told her I needed to do a little legwork and that I'd come out when I had figured out a plan. I called the probation office and verified that they indeed had referred her to us and that it was okay that we help her with transportation. They said, sure, help her get home. Okay, The questions started racing through my head. Bus ticket, train ticket. Those are the options. With COVID, trains weren't going to where she needed to go to in Florida. So, bus it is. What station is the closest to her home in Florida? How do I get her to Harrisburg? The bus doesn't leave until Tuesday. She's going to need a hotel voucher. Harrisburg. How do I get her to Harrisburg? I think I'll just come into Gettysburg on Tuesday around noon, call an Uber for her from the hotel. That'll work. With a few more phone calls and confirming that she would be able to travel without an ID, it was all set. I sent her on her way with all of her details and told her I'd see her the next day to get her the Uber. For some reason, before I left the office that evening, I thought, what if there aren't any Ubers available tomorrow? So I opened my Uber app and checked the current availability. In big black bold letters, no cars available. Great. There probably won't be any tomorrow either. So now what? Rabbit Transit, the local bus system. The logistics continue racing through my head. Are they even still running from Gettysburg to Harrisburg with COVID? It's 6 p.m. Will anyone be at the bus station? If I call the 1-800 number, will anyone pick up? Before I go home, I'm just going to swing by the bus station. Because if I don't get this figured out before I go home, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Her bus ticket to Florida is already purchased, and I won't be able to sleep tonight if I'm worrying about her going home. I have to wrap this up before I go home. I walked up to the train station. A dark building greets me. A sign states, "Bus station closed due to COVID." But also on the door, it has a schedule posted, abbreviated COVID-19 bus schedule, or something like that. And there it lists the 15 North route traveling from Gettysburg to Harrisburg. Bingo. But if the station is closed, how can I purchase a ticket for this lady? And then the bus pulls up. The friendliest driver that I could have ever hoped for steps off the bus with a smile that I can see behind her mask. And she is more than willing to help me, answer my questions, and complete the task of helping the lady trying to return home. Apparently, Rabbit Transit is making all fares free during COVID. What a blessing for this final piece in the puzzle to help this lady return home. I go to the hotel, find the lady we're helping, and inform her of my findings, and emphasize that she has to be at the bus stop by 6 a.m. to make it to Harrisburg. She says thank you. I turn around and get in my car. The drive home, I'm thinking about her. She was the calmest person. Her voice never quivered. She never broke into tears. In fact, she almost didn't seem appreciative. But I quickly tossed that idea to the side, deciding that she is in absolute shock. Being released from prison must be a very surreal experience. I can't even imagine it. I remember the weird feeling that I had when I was in college and had studied abroad in Spain, and I returned home just before Christmas. It felt different, but it was familiar. It was still home. This lady had been released from prison in an unfamiliar town. She had no family remotely close to her to greet her when she was released, not to mention she probably didn't have any visitors to keep her spirits up while she was in prison. But even more so, she was released into a world that is drastically different from the world she was isolated from when she entered prison. Now that is a culture shock. I pray she gets home safely. I pray she doesn't have any difficulty because she doesn't have any ID. I pray someone will help her with food along the way. I pray she is greeted by a family with open arms and aching hearts to be reunited with her. I pray she remembers the generosity of St. James Lutheran Church in the little town of Gettysburg, and that she is able to return the favor someday to help someone else in need, even if it is the smallest of gestures. This is St. James. This is what we do. We live and we love like Jesus. It is because of our passion for mission to reach out to those in need and help them, without judgment or doubt. I want to thank you, each and every one of you who are part of St. James. Because of your support and generosity, we are able to make small but mighty impacts like this and many more. I want to thank you. sharing the gratitude and appreciation, both seen and unseen, by those who walk through our doors and who we help. There are many other stories like this one. I hope it fills your heart like it does mine. Thank you, and stay well.
Watch over with all those awake this night. Watch, O Lord, with all those who weep. Give your angels and saints charge over all who sleep. Tend your ailing ones in your love, Lord. Rest your weary ones in your love, Lord. Bless your dying ones in your love, O Lord of all. Watch over with all those awake this night. Watch, O Lord, with all those who weep. Give your angels and saints charge over all who sleep. Soothe your suffering ones in your love, Lord. Heal afflicted ones in your love, Lord. Shield your joyous ones in your love, O Lord of all. Watch over with all those awake this night. Watch, O Lord, with all those who weep. Give your angels and saints charge over all who sleep. Hold your grieving ones in your love, Lord. Raise your fallen ones in your love, Lord. Lend your broken ones in your love, O Lord of all. Watch, O Lord, with all those awake this night. Watch, O Lord, with all those who weep. Give your angels and saints charge over all who sleep. Guard your little ones in your love, Lord. Guide your searching ones in your love, Lord. Grant us all your peace in your love, O Lord of all. Watch over with all those awake this night. Watch